Hi everyone, this is Ida of Created to Create. Welcome back to my channel. If you are not 18 years or older, this video content is not intended for you. I have been playing with a few of Erica's dies. Erica is Scrapdiva 29 here on YouTube, and I am a guest designer for this month for her, and I wanted to share with you all the die that I played with this morning. And it took me a while to get it to where I really like it, but I finally got it to where I think I'm going to like it. So I'm going to share with you the die that I used. I used the flower pot die, and it is a gift card holder, and it comes with several pieces. I still have paper in mine where I used it. So you get, let me get all this situated. So you get the actual flower pot, and this actually gives you little flaps all around the perimeter, and you need to cut two of these to create the pocket. And on one of them, you can either cut off the sides, or you can do what I did. I normally don't cut anything off because my eyesight is not what it used to be. So if I can just fold the score line and be done with it and glue it down, that's what I do. So you need two of these. So I use that. And then it does have a layering piece, which is this one. And I cut one of those. You can cut two if you want to layer front and back. Decorate front and back. And then you get this rectangle die that has the layering piece, and you cut two of these, one of each. So the main piece and then the layering. And this goes into the flower pot, maybe to write a sentiment or whatever you decide. You guys are real creative. And then this portion right here with the scallop bottom is the little rim around the flower pot, and it does have a scallop border, and then it comes with a stitch layering piece. So you only need one of each, the layering piece and the main scallop piece. It also comes with flowers, and I have all my stuff here because I was just playing. It comes with I actually used a combination of dies, that's why I had so many out. It comes with, move those out of the way, comes with some flowers, and it also comes with some leaves. So you get two of each of the flowers. You get two of these, which they can be just open petal flowers, but these are perfect too if you want to create small roses. I do have a tutorial on my channel on how to make roses with any type of 5 or 6 petal flowers. So you can check my channel and you'll find that. And then it comes with these two up here. To me, these remind me of dogwood. Dogwood only has 4 petals, the dogwood flower, but this can easily be, because of the cut on the edge, it reminds me of dogwood. And then you get these right here, so you get 2 of each, and they're exactly the same size. And this one, to me, you can create a peony flower with that. So, it's just look at a flower, a realistic flower, and then kind of go from there. And then you also get these 2 little branches or foliage, and you get the leaves as well. You get 4. I left mine together. I didn't take it apart. And the only reason my flowers are taken apart is because I only wanted a certain flower. So I didn't want to cut all those flowers out. But I'm going to share with you what I created. For this one, I also used other dies. So I also used from the, I'll tell you right now, from the, I used a bunch of stuff, you guys. Okay, I believe that this die is from the pennant, from the backpack die. I believe this one is from here. And I should have kept them together because now I really don't know. I think it's from there. The backpack die that she has is beautiful. It's gorgeous. But it comes with a pocket. So it had this little pocket that has the flaps where you fold over. And it also has the layering piece. So I believe, yes, I think this one came from the backpack die. So if you have that backpack die, then it should be in your dies. But this is her backpack and I love it. And from she does have the bow bag toppers. They're not bag toppers, they are straw, like for the straw holders. And this one comes in, I just had it, this one comes in 3 different sizes, and I believe they all come together. And when you cut one, let me grab one real quick. This is actually designed to hold a straw. It's designed to hold a straw, and you just fold these flaps down and you slide the straw. Let me fold this one down. You fold these down, but I think these would be great on those of you who like wands, to make the wands. Well, the straw just slides in through the top right here. So that's what those are. And I used the middle one, and I think I also used a small one because I cut out a couple of them. So I used that one, and I will link everything in the description box below if you're interested. So this is the bow straw topper. And then I used the word enjoy, sorry about that, from the gift card that has the tear strip on it. So I love that it comes with the intricate die, and it also comes with the silhouette. So I use that from there. Set that aside, and of course the flower pot. So here's what I created. This was the first one that I created, and it was okay, but I wasn't really sure if that's what I wanted. I wasn't real happy with it, but it's okay. So I wanted to create a flower pot that was like a terracotta color, and I didn't have that color, but I had the copper from Michael's, the Recollection paper. My phone is just going off like crazy. And and I embossed it as well. I did use embossing folders. This one says be happy. There are actually small embossing folders that you can get to emboss, or if you have even a bigger one but has small enough details, you can actually use that. And I cut another piece out I want to share with y'all, and I stacked it. So okay, so here's one that I have, which is a full embossing folder, but it has ladybugs on it. I don't know if you can see it, but I added a little ladybug clay piece there. So this would be gorgeous as the layering piece here, because then it would have the ladybugs. So, you know, you just use your imagination. I kind of love pulling out I have a large collection of embossing folders because I love embossing folders. So here are some of the flowers that I created. Remember I told you that this particular flower reminds me of dogwood. So here's one that I created to look like a dogwood flower. And I added some frills in the center, and it has a layer of paper flower, and then I cut it out in vellum as well, and I just stacked them. The bottom one I colored it with just with alcohol markers, and of course the vellum, you can see right through it, so you can see the color coming through. But that's what that reminds me of, dogwood flowers. And then this one is the one I said kind of you can make a peony out of it. That's not what I did. I just layered a couple of them together, shaped them, and I added some flower soft to the center. And this one, the one that I said reminds me of dogwood flower, that's this flower again, just shaped a little bit differently with an enamel center on it. So you can do all kinds of different flowers with these. I believe Erica has enamel dots that you can get from her, and she sells them, and they have a variety of colors in there. So, you know, chances are one of those colors will work with what you're doing. And then this one down here is the one that's like a rose, but it also reminds me of just maybe like the flowers that come out in orange trees. So an orange blossom kind of. So that's what that reminded me of. And I did 2 layers in paper and 1 in vellum. And again, added the enamel dot there. And these are the foliage that came with the die set and some leaves. Sorry about my hands. My hands are not dirty, you guys. It's just leather dye where I've been working with leather. So that's why I have black all over my hands. So I'm working with black. And in the back, I didn't do anything. I just left it plain. But I should have embossed it. But just by simply embossing it, it will give it a whole new look. It won't look so plain. So what I decided to do was I did add the front piece on foam. And this is designed to hold a gift card. So this does come out. But what I did was I made my flower stop right to be the stopper for the card, so it won't go in any further because the flowers are holding it in place. So that's what I did there. And I wanted it to look almost like a trellis. So I had a trellis type of embossing folder and I used it here. And just on regular craft colored cardstock to kind of mimic the color of wood. And right here is where I used the pocket from the backpack, because you could insert a gift card in here and that would be your pocket. Also, another idea that you could do with the you could actually use a removable dot and glue this to the wedge your gift card behind that. Let me see if I can get it behind that little loop, kind of like that. And you can use it to pull up the gift card as well. So it's a great like pull for different things. But that's where, this is where I use the backpack die pocket, and it fit perfect. I didn't have to cut anything off. I just scored it, folded it, did the layering piece, and there's my pocket. It fits perfectly in the piece that comes from the flower pot. So this is the first one that I created. And like I said, it is a pocket, so you can just slide it right in there, and the flowers are going to stop it from going any further down. If I wanted it to be higher, then I would have put my flowers lower on that card, and that way my flowers arrangement would be taller. So that's what I did there. So I want to share with you how to put it together, because a lot of times we buy something and it's a little confusing on how to put it together. So I pre-cut one out using the Prima paper that I've been playing with for a while, and this is the plant department. And I love blue. Blue's like my favorite color. So I cut 2 of the base that comes with the tabs. So on one of them, I just scored the tabs and folded them down. I didn't glue them, but the top one I glued down. It's no sense in cutting it. It gives it a nice finished edge when you fold it over. So I did one that way. On the second one, I glued down all the tabs because I don't need them. And if I cut them, I'm never going to get it as straight or as nice and clean as the score line is. So all I did was folded them over, glued them down, and that's all I'm going to do to this. So what we're going to do is you're going to take the one that has the 3 tabs and the one that's glued down. That can be either the back or the front, it doesn't matter. And we're going to add glue to the tabs, and we're just going to glue it down, because this, all it is a pocket that houses that little rectangle that can hold a card or a letter, a little note. And I'm actually going to nudge it up to the bottom of my mat right here that I use, because it helps me to line up. Or you can just kind of press them down and line them up that way, and that way they line up perfectly. I'm using pearlized paper, and sometimes it does not want to stick. So I'm going to use my bone folder to make sure that it is glued down. So this is the base to the flower pot. That feels pretty good. So I like the finished edge from the just folding it over versus cutting it off. And there's your little pocket in there. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add my layering piece. Again, I love blue, so I'm going to add it in blue. And this does have a stitch line. Now, if you wanted to, and let's go ahead and do that. I'm only going to add glue to 3 sides, because if I wanted to add a personal note, this is where I could take advantage of that opportunity. And I'm going to just line it up as best as I can. And just glue it down. So I'm going to show you that if I wanted to add a personal note, I could do it in between these 2 layers. So there's another pocket. Perfect. So now what I want to do is, what you want to do is cut out 2 of one of the main rectangle piece, and then if you want to decorate the front and back, then you need 2 pieces of decorative paper. So I cut 2, and I'm going to glue one to the front. So I'm just going to glue this one down as centered as best as I can. Oh no, I always tell y'all I need new glasses, and I haven't bought any. So there's that. Now I'm going to flip it to the back, and I'm going to add the back piece. Now I have a die that cuts out the slit for gift cards, but in this instance, if you don't have it, that's where that pocket from the backpack comes in handy. So I'm just going to add glue to this. I'm not going to glue down my tabs, but I can glue anything in between and around, just not directly on my tabs. And I'm going to position this. I love this blue. It's gorgeous. So there's that. So if I wanted to slide a gift card in here, and let's say I didn't have the pocket, or I didn't have this to cut out the tabs, this is where you could do this. Just glue this down, add a repositional glue dot there, and just slide your card into that, on top of that tab, but under these, the tails to the bow, and it would make a gorgeous, just gorgeous presentation. I'll show you what I'm talking about. It slides right in there, and that would make a very, very pretty presentation. And of course you would add your glue dot right here underneath this tab and glue it down so it wouldn't come off. But it would come off easy enough when you needed it to. So there's that. So I already showed you how to put this together. Very simple. Now I'm going to add my card stopper here, but let's say I wanted this to be higher. Let's say I wanted this to stand up higher than what it is here. Then I would move, I want it about there. So that kind of gives me an idea of where to do my stopper. Just make sure that they're straight. So here's my stopper that I'm just going to do this a different way. So here's the main piece, the rim of the pot, and the layering piece. I'm going to add a piece of foam tape to the back and use a narrow foam tape. I have a narrow one here, and that's what I'm going to use. What did I do with my scissors? So I'm going to use a narrow piece, and I'm going to bring it all the way to the top as straight as possible. So there it is. And when I glue this down on this backing piece, this is only going to come down so far, and then it's not going to come down anymore. So that's what I'm trying to achieve here. So that for me is about right. So I'm going to remove the tape. And if you want, give yourself a mark where you want it to be. I mean, I'm not sure how high you would want it because, of course, it would have your gift card and your gift card would be exposed. But if you wanted it higher, you could do it that way. I'm not going to worry too much about that. I'm just going to try and put it on here as straight as possible where I want it. So that's what I'm hoping for right here. And about in the middle is where I want it. So make sure that on the sides you're as even as possible as well. And there is my piece on here. And see, I cut my tape too wide, so I am going to have to remove a portion of that because I don't want it to get stuck to the back. So only make it as wide as the back of your piece that you're gluing it down to. So I'm going to cut this other portion off as well. I'm not sure I can get my scissors in there. There we go. So what's going to happen that when I put this back in the pocket is going to go only as far as that stopper. See, it's not going to go any further down because I have the stopper in place. But it can go further down if you wanted it. But this is what I'm doing. So I love that. And then I cut out some pieces for, you know what? Let me go ahead and, I was trying to hold this down, forgot that I didn't glue it. So I'm going to go ahead and add this to the back of my card right here. I don't know who's trying to get a hold of me. So that's where that goes. And what I'm going to do here is that bow that I said that you can add and it will hold it even better. But I'm going to put it this way. I actually should have cut out two, because when I put this in here, I wanted it to have that tab on the front right there. See that tab right there? But I'm not going to do that right now. I'm going to think about it. First, I'm going to do my flowers. So I'm going to go ahead and put that back in its spot. And I'm going to arrange my flowers. And I do want to use the word enjoy. So I'm going to go ahead and position this where I want it. And I am going to layer the word on top of my blue, and I cut it out in a matte gold paper. I had to throw my phone out of my craft room. So I'm just going to go ahead and layer this in place. I'm the worst at lining up, you guys. There. Okay, there's that. And I'm going to grab a bling for the I'm going to add a bling for the J. A real small one. I have real small ones here. Gorgeous, 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 gorgeous. Look at that. Hold on, guys. I'm serious. I'm kicking my phone out. It's going out. It's going out of my craft room. It's banned from my craft room. Okay, so we're going to do the word enjoy here. And now you can put this up on dimensionals if you want. And I think I'm going to. And I'm just going to use small pieces to add this there. And this is not real thick foam. I think this foam is from the Dollar Tree. And I need one more little piece. Yeah. Still hear my phone going crazy over there. So I'm going to go ahead and put my word down, and the reason I'm going to do that because I want to make sure that when I put my flowers down, they're not going to be covering up the word, or that I'm not going to leave myself enough room to add the word enjoy to my card. And I always like to add a little bit of glue. That gives me time to move around if I need to. Oh, it's gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Love it. So there's the word enjoy. I put it off towards my right. And now we're going to add, I cut out the foliage. I didn't cut out the leaves, but these in gold, also the matte gold. And I'm just going to start gluing this down. I wish I had double-sided. Now keep in mind, double-sided paper is what I was going to say. Double-sided gold paper, because I know there is some. Now keep in mind that you don't make your card too tall that it won't fit in an envelope. So you got to keep that in mind. I mean, if you work on a grid mat, that'll give you a better idea. And I kind of want one of these to hang down. So I'm going to go ahead and add glue. Now, these, you know what? I think I'm going to just put it right here. These little branches or foliage, you can actually add any kind of jewel drops, any kind of enamel dots, any kind of bling, any kind of pearl drops to those, and it would be gorgeous, 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 gorgeous. So right now all I'm doing is arranging my little stems in a way that I think that will look good. They might not, but sometimes I can do flower arranging, and sometimes I just can't get it. And then I have one more piece here, but I'm going to hold on to it because not sure where I'm going to need it. And now I'm just going to add my flowers. And I don't need to add them on dimensional tape to hold this up because the actual border to my card, to the pot, is holding it up. So I'm going to put one up here. I think I want to do like a triangle. For the centers of my flowers, I use these little micro or mini dots from the Dollar Tree that I picked up this past year, I believe. And they were real tiny, more so than the ones we normally get. So that's what I got. That's where I got those. There's that one. And I'm going to do like a triangle sort of arrangement. And right here, if you wanted to, you could start adding some of the leaves as well. I'm not sure that I'm going to. And right here is going to be where my last one goes. Oh, I love the stopper up here. Now I know that I need to move these over some because I wanted to do like a triangle shape arrangement. That way the word enjoy, you can see it there and it's beautiful and nothing's in the way. So right here, I'm going to go ahead and add, because I feel like it needs more right here. So I'm going to go ahead and add my little branch. Maybe it needs to be shorter. These are not glued down yet. They're not set. Right here, you could, I guess, use a glue gun. Let's see. I think I want it shorter. Yeah, I think I want it shorter. So I'm going to remove that flower, and I'm going to add this piece like almost all the way in. Not quite, because I don't want it covering the word joy. This is definitely a place where you would want to use your hot glue gun, but I'm not going to. I didn't heat it up before I started working. Look at how gorgeous that is. Now I do have some extra flowers. If I wanted to, let's see, let's tilt these up some. Yeah, I like them like that. I might go back and add leaves afterwards. Not sure. But down here, I could add another little flower with, let me go ahead and cut out just a couple of the leaves. And I'm also going to do that in the gold. I'm going to cut it out in the matte gold that I've been using. I keep all my little scraps, you guys. I don't throw any of that away. And I don't really care that you won't be able to see the bottoms, because I'm going to glue them underneath anyway. So as long as you can see the tips of my leaves, I'm happy with that. I thought I was prepared. I thought I had cut enough of everything, and then I didn't. I hope you can see that the flowers and the leaves, they have veining on them, so they're gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. See, I only got bits and pieces that aren't even showing, but that's okay. Okay, so I'm going to glue my flower down, and I'm going to add a leaf as well. And I'm going to use the ones that are cut up that you can't really see that much, because then I'm going to put the flower over it and it won't even matter. There. Add a little bit more glue in case it dried up. Oh, that's gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. And I'm going to add a couple of these to the top as well. I just wanted to keep it really fancy with the gold in it. Oh, that's gorgeous. See, this flower's still moving. It's still not dry. And here is another one that I'm going to use. And you can't, I could see the bottom is cut off from the piece that I used. But by the time you tuck it in, no one can even see that. So there you go. There is my flower pot arrangement, and I had a flower to spare. There is my flower pot arrangement with the stopper used in a different way, or the rim used in a different way where it becomes the stopper, so the card doesn't go as deep as it can go if you wanted to, you know, have a little bit more height. So when I pull it out, you only have the pot down here, but when I put it back in, because of the foam tape, it stops the card from going all the way in. And there's the back. Let's say you want to dress up the back. I did cut a bow for that. Maybe I should have cut it out of designer paper. And all I would have to do is add the bow here, add the bow there to the gift card, and it would hold it in place. I'm not going to add it here because I don't think it's really necessary for what I use, and I would prefer it in designer paper. But that's what I created. These two are the ones that I created. And I hope that this gives you ideas that you can go, like you can do it really, really elegant, and then to a little bit more natural, depending on what you want to do. I did try to make these look more like a real type of flower, where this is, even though it's more elegant, it's with designer paper. You know, there isn't flowers that have designs on them. But anyway, this is what I created. I hope that you like it. All the links will be in the description box below. Don't forget to use the code C2C, the letter C, the number 2, the letter C, 10 for 10% off. If you didn't catch that, the code will be in the description box below, and that will give you 10% off of your purchase. Thanks for watching. I hope everyone has a great day, and God bless. Bye.